Welcome back to Purely Gluten Free. I'm Chris Matthews, and here on this channel, we do awesome gluten-free food without the compromise. So this week on Borderless Bites, we're going to India. I already have a butter chicken and a pork vindaloo curries on my meal prep list in the rotation, so I decided to do something a little different today, and we're going to do a chicken biryani, which is a very flavorful, aromatic chicken and rice dish from India. So to get started, what we're gonna do is chop up some cilantro and some mint. We're just gonna rough chop this. It doesn't have to be super fine, but we want them all about the same size. We're gonna go with about the same amount of mint as the cilantro. Same rough chop, all the same size. And that will be the herbs we're gonna use today. Next, we need to thinly slice 3 red onions. So we're going to peel off the outside, anything that doesn't look right. You can do this with a mandolin, or you can do it by hand. We want them fairly thin so they will fry up very quickly. All right, we're going to shallow fry our red onions for this dish. So we're going to heat up avocado oil. You can use a neutral vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever you want. It just doesn't need to have a flavor. And we're going to shallow fry our onions in a couple of batches and get them browned up. The oil's hot, so we're going to go in with about half of our onions. What we're looking for is a light golden brown on these onions. They're going to continue to get darker once we get them out of the oil, so we certainly don't want to get them too brown in the oil. So these are going to cook for about 6 to 8 minutes. So we're just going to let them go, and when they're brown enough, we'll show you what they look like, and we'll take them out and do the next batch. You can see they're starting to get brown. The smaller ones are browning up, and the larger ones are getting there. Another minute or two, and we're going to take these out. We'll get the other half fried. We'll be ready to start cooking this thing. All right, here's our second batch going in. We're going to do the same with this one, and we'll move on to the chicken after this. All right, these are done cooking. We're going to kill the heat, get these out, and I'll show you how to put everything together. All right, we're going to get a little saffron milk going here. So we have about a half a cup of warm milk. I just heated up in the microwave, and we're going to put a hefty pinch of saffron in there and just let that steep while we're putting everything together. It's going to be a flavoring that goes throughout the rice. All right, we've got 2 pounds of chicken here. We're going to clean up a little bit so we can get it marinating. The chicken's going to marinate for a good 3-4 hours at a minimum. It could be overnight if you've planned ahead. So we're just going to trim some of the fat off. These are boneless chicken thighs. I'm using these because that's what we have. If you had boneless, bone-in thighs, that would work. Whatever you have, you could use drumsticks. Whatever chicken you have on hand, you can use. Don't let the excuse of you don't have a specific ingredient keep you from cooking this dish. It's too good. If you're gonna do boneless thighs, make sure you're feeling around for any cartilage that was left over. There's this bit of connective tissue here that we can get off. All right, to marinate the chicken, what we're going to do is, I have a blend of spices here. So we have Kashmiri chili powder, we've got garam masala, turmeric, some green cardamom pods that I've cracked open with the flat of my knife. I've got a teaspoon of cumin seeds, a teaspoon of salt, and a cinnamon stick. That is gonna go on the chicken with about a 1/4 cup of Indian style yogurt. I'm gonna put all our spices in there. There's also 4 cloves in there. We're gonna take green chili. We're gonna take half of it and just slice it thin. That in there. And we're gonna juice 1 lemon. All right, and then we've got about 1/3 of the coriander and mint that we chopped earlier. And then we're just gonna give that a mix, make sure everything's all incorporated. Make sure the chicken's covered. I left out the garlic and ginger paste, so we have a teaspoon of the garlic paste and about a tablespoon of ginger paste. We don't want to leave those out for sure. Now that we have that, we're gonna pop it in the fridge for 4 hours and let it marinate. All right, to get our rice ready, we're gonna wash it a couple of times. We'll just cover it with cold water. We're gonna get in there and just knock around those starch grains. We're gonna get all the any dust and dirt left over, we're gonna get that off. We want individual grains of rice to show up in our final dish. So in order to do that, we've gotta get the starch that would make them stick together off of there. So we're just gonna repeat this process 2 to 3 times. All right, now that our rice has been soaking for 30-40 minutes, what we're gonna do is go ahead and get it cooked. Now, we're gonna cook it into a little non-traditional way. We're not gonna really cook it in a set amount of water. Half of this pot with simmering water, and we're gonna flavor it with some more cumin seeds, cardamom pods, cloves, the other half of the green chili, and another cinnamon stick. So all that's gonna go in to flavor our water and flavor the rice. So you don't want your water at a huge rolling boil. We just want it to simmer. So I've got it on about medium right now. So what we're gonna do is get our rice in there. And this is gonna simmer for 6 to 8 minutes. We want it almost like you would cook pasta al dente. So we're gonna get it to where it's just barely cooked. When we put it in the pot with the chicken and layer it all together with the chicken and the onions and everything, it's gonna continue to cook. So if we cook it all the way now, it's gonna be mushy when you get it out of the pot. So that's not what we're looking for. All right, rice has been cooking for about 7 minutes now. What we're gonna do is just grab a piece, and what we're looking for is just really pasta al dente. It's perfect. So we're gonna cut the heat on that. We'll get the rice into in a new bowl, and then we'll start building the dish. All right, it's time to start building our biryani. So we're gonna take our marinated chicken, and we're gonna get it into this pot. All of the marinade, chilies, and the cinnamon stick, and everything goes in here. We're gonna pop a lid on it. And we're gonna cook this on high for about 6 to 8 minutes. We're just gonna kind of get the chicken warmed up a little bit, and then we'll start layering the chicken and the rice and the onions and all that stuff, and we'll show you how the biryani comes together. All right, you wanna get this stirred up every couple minutes. Make sure things don't burn. All right, now that the chicken's been cooking for a minute, we're gonna take half of it out. And then we're gonna get a layer of our rice in there. And we're going to get a layer of our fried onions in there. And we've got our mint and coriander from earlier. Put a little bit of that in there. And then we'll go back in with our second layer of chicken, second layer of rice, turn that down to medium-low, get the rest of our onions on top, the rest of the mint and coriander. And lastly, we're gonna pour our saffron milk in there. So this is gonna go until our rice is fully cooked and our chicken is cooked as well. Should be about 30 minutes. We're gonna turn that down to low so things don't scorch. One last thing, we want a good seal on this. So we are actually going to put a clean tea towel in there just to kind of keep some of that moisture in. We're gonna flip these up so the towel doesn't catch on fire. And we're just gonna let that go. We'll see what we got on the other side. All right, it's been about 25 minutes. We're gonna see how our biryani did. Look at that. You can smell the cinnamon, the saffron, the cardamom. This can be a little tricky to get out, but we're going to try to get under those layers. There you can see all the layers. The chicken is well cooked. You can see how the saffron milk got in there and flavored the rice. It's gonna be good. Now that we have it plated up, let's see what it tastes like. Chicken's cooked very well. All those flavors in there marry together. The cumin's in there, the cilantro, the coriander. That green cardamom comes through. It's not too spicy, but the green chili gives it some flavor for sure. That's delicious. You should make this for sure. Thanks for coming back for Borderless Bites from Purely Gluten Free. Stay tuned and we'll see what we got coming next week. All right, let's spin for next week's Borderless Bites. All right, we've got Thailand. Thailand's full of great food, so let's see what we come up with.